Even if nobody listens to this, at least I did it for the hell of it because I mean, I love making art. I love making music. It's just like now, and to me, like it's still worth doing, even if it just exists inside a vacuum. Um, and even if there is no audience, it's like it's still worth doing uh, for the sake of art. There we go. Probably best if I just like not look at the camera. Or just look at you.
Camera if you want. You
I mean, I could like break the fourth wall. Like,
go for it.
are we recording now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
all right.
Is it Angelus or Angelus?
Angelus.
Okay.
Yeah, Angelus.
Wow. Welcome to. I'm gonna look at the camera. Welcome to the Rebirth podcast where we explore the frontiers of building a new world with its builders. Today, with me, my very first guest ever for this endeavor, we have. He has a. I can't just say book. I will say he has a text-based series which intertwines with his music very, very interestingly, that you can find online on medium.com. He has a podcast that he's the host of called Overthinkers Anonymous, and something I'm going to ask you more about as well, which is Channel Surf Cinema. We have Jonah Angelus.
That's me.
Yes.
I'm here.
AKA William James Sky Blue.
William Blue. William Blue. I like that you said that though. Yeah, I go by William Blue. As a musician, that's my alias. Now I'm overthinking about if I should just like pay attention to you, or, like look at the camera, but I'm a multidisciplinary. I'm a multidisciplinary artist, to speak a little bit slowly and more clearly. And writing has been one of my main passions for a long time, and that's grown into other ventures and disciplines like music, podcasting, photography, visual art, filmmaking even. I've always wanted to do all kinds of art, and like driven by passion. And Ejaz was talking about my novel. I consider it a transmedia narrative.
That's the phrase I was
Yeah,
finding.
it's also called like multi-platform, multimedia storytelling.
Yeah.
So it's like a narrative, a story that's being told through different disciplines, like do different mediums of art. Obviously like prose, like text-based media, poetry even. And since the pandemic, honestly, I started making music, and I just had this wild idea. I should make music in character as my self-insert character, whose name is William Blue. And the whole story is called Terra Incognita, which is a Latin phrase for undiscovered land, undiscovered territory. And that was inspired by Kurt Vonnegut in The Stars of Titan, his book The Stars of Titan. Like the opening of that book is one of my favorite openings of any novel. And he essentially says like the human soul is terra incognita in the sense that we've explored space. Yeah, exactly. To find nothing. Like they explored space to find absolutely nothing, just emptiness and stars and but like at that point, once we've exhausted the exploration of space and only to find no other alien civilizations, the only place that remained unexplored was our souls, the human soul, and that always stuck with me. And I named the novel after it, and yeah, I've been self-publishing it on Medium. It's super unconventional, but I mean, that's always been my approach. I've always wanted to do things that push the envelope and explore that like unexplored territory, like venture to places where other artists haven't ventured before, as grandiose as that might sound. But
Oh yeah, I get it.
yeah,
Yeah, thank you for the backup. Thank you for the assist on the introduction because
of course, yeah.
there was a lot more I wanted to fill in there, and I just needed some help with that. It's
Right.
really quite fascinating, your novel, and how it does interlink with these other forms of media. I wanted to binge the whole thing recently. Like when I decided to have my day for like let's get into this.
Right.
I was in binge mode and I just didn't have the time to binge the whole thing, but I was like
How
sucked in. It was really
how far did you get?
to Letters to Galatea.
Okay, are we just going by order of?
Yeah, I know that you had mentioned to me earlier that you can kind of pick wherever you want to start from.
Right.
But for my sake, I just started because you can select earliest as an option. I
Yeah.
just went from there and kind of chronologically went through up until that point.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just I do like the choose your own adventure approach as well. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
For ease, I just went that route this time. But it was really, really fascinating. And then I also listened to Tag Along and Trilla in Manila.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there was a lot of deep stuff in there for sure. A lot of things that I resonate with. I have some notes.
Okay. Cool.
So I liked Let Me Talk My Shit, This Ain't Gonna Be a Hit, and if not, at least I did it for the hell of it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's Trilla Manila. Yeah.
I was
Thank you.
inspired to write some lyrics
Oh, I love that.
after hearing that for the hell of it.
Yeah.
You know, just
Oh yeah. That's an emotion. I feel like that hook for me captures an emotion, or it almost sounds like cope, because I'm sort of feeling like I want to make an impact on the world with my art artistically. I want my art to reach people. I want to, I don't know, inspire people to see things in a new way, or at least like a way that they haven't thought of before. And in a way like encouraging people to explore their own souls. But then there's also the idea of like the oversaturation of media and content online, and how hard it is to even get people's attention, and to like you and I have talked about, to like hold people's attention as an artist in this day and age. It's almost like saying to myself, even if nobody listens to this, at least I did it for the hell of it, because I mean, I love making art. I love making music at this like now, and to me, like, it's still worth doing, even if it just exists inside a vacuum. And even if there is no audience, it's like it's still worth doing, for the sake of art and for the sake of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
One of my mentors instilled it in me early on that it's got to be serving me first. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's not really gonna have any impact. And it's tough because like a lot of my reasoning for wanting to do things was for other people, whether it's to help or to excite or whatever it is. That was just such a fundamental part of my reasoning for wanting to do it all.
Right.
But it has to serve me in a way that like allows it to be authentic, even if I'm making up a story.
Yep.
But I have to be invested in it myself.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I've heard Rick Rubin like talk about audience comes last, which is something that I now subscribe to, because that really just sucks out the fun of it too, is when you're doing it with the audience in mind, or it's like you're only like motivated by how other people are gonna feel about it, or you're doing it for maybe from a more egotistical standpoint of like, I want people to be paying attention to me, or I want to be the center of attention. And I think you got to strike a balance as an artist, because of course you want to be invested in your work, and you want to be invested in your work doing well and having an impact. But you can't be like, that can't be everything. That can't be the sole purpose of it. Like, at the end of the day, there's also like the you aspect, and if you're making art that you resonate with, or that resonates with you, then inevitably somebody else in the world, it will resonate with them too. But it sounds like a selfish approach if you're just making shit for you. But I think that's what Rick Rubin's point was too, is that if you make things for you, then that's the best thing you can do. I'm just regurgitating Rick Rubin's words now, but it's like,
Pretty hard to have an original thought these days, anyways.
exactly, especially now in.
Not for us though.
What do you mean?
We're just. I mean, maybe I'm just tooting both of our horns a little bit, but I just think that we're both very futuristic, future-minded, at times ahead of our time. Like, there's not a lot of original thoughts left to be had, except for folks like us. And I'm popping my shit a little bit. That's all I'm doing. I'm humble, but that's all our shit. I'm popping our shit.
Right.
Because you are the one writing Terra Incognita, and if you read it, like, it's not just regular. Not, I shouldn't say regular. I mean, it isn't just regular sci-fi. It is its own entity, and it's really fascinating, the types of relationships that exist in there, the approach, the character of William Blue, the transmedium. Sorry, what was it again?
Transmedia narrative. Yeah.
Approach. It's a different type of storytelling, and just speaking of, it's original. Speaking of original ideas and whatnot, it's very. I've never had an experience like I have had starting this, and I'm very excited to finish it. Like, it's on my.
I appreciate that, man, because it's like you don't really. I can't think of any authors who have released music as one of their characters, and like, honestly, the only example that I'm sure there are more, the only example that I can really think of is like what Donald Glover / Childish Gambino did with Because the Internet. He released a screenplay and a short film as well as his album Because the Internet, and like, it told like a story that spanned all these different mediums. And his character was called The Boy, and in the screenplay, and it was a screenplay. It was like, and I thought, like, I would say that was a huge inspiration for me as well. What was that?
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. And I mean, I'd say like David Bowie, right. Just the idea of creating characters and creating worlds.
Yeah.
David Bowie like had Ziggy Stardust, Aladdin Sane, and just created worlds with his albums. Like, he created lores with his albums.
Yeah, and that's one way you and I click a lot too. We're very lore invested.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You plan on, you think you will like change your look up just like David Bowie, like?
Oh, I don't. That'd be interesting. I haven't thought about that.
I
haven't thought about that.
I probably will. I have changed my look quite a bit, not maybe to the extent that David Bowie has per character.
Right,
but
yeah.
I certainly have changed my look per era. Like right now is my David Darko era. Davy Darko.
Okay, right.
And so I pretty much wear all black. I got decrepit black nail polish on my fingers.
Oh, nice, yeah.
I can't afford nail polish remover. I don't know.
Well, I mean.
So now it's just extra edgy, But, like I resonate with David Bowie in that sense, and I like, if I had money to buy outfits, at and I'd probably kind of go crazy from time to time on different looks and
If you have,
whatnot.
that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't need a lot of money to explore fashion or explore different looks. You can thrift, or you can you can just work with whatever the hell you got, no matter what. It's all about how you rock it. That's my approach on fashion.
I feel like it gives you a chance to explore different parts of yourself, almost, or express different aspects of yourself. Because prior to the David Darko era, you were also the alien, right?
Yeah, that's still there. It's just I find it I honestly get scared sometimes tapping into that entity
Why is that?
because it's just I don't know, it's just different, I guess. It's like I wanna, it is me. I have always felt like an alien. It is me,
Right.
but it just doesn't even feel like me sometimes. Relative to, oh no, please no. I hope that didn't come up in the.
Oh,
I just realized that we're learning, this metal table. Anyways, the last alien thought that I had, and I don't get them that often. I used to get stoned, and I'd get in alien mode, and then I would have
whoa.
a big. Oh, we should talk about brain blast. That's something I want to talk about after.
Okay.
The concept of a brain blast.
Like Jimmy Neutron,
Pretty much.
Isn't that the actual
much.
quote from Brain Blast? It's
Pretty
okay,
much.
right? Yeah, well, that takes me back.
Is real shit though.
Yeah.
For geniuses.
For genius shit, yeah.
Yeah, and I think, by the way, anybody can unlock their inner genius, but yeah, I used to, and I don't have to have a brain blast that is in alien mode per se, but I have had many, and I haven't had one in a while. And the last alien thought that I had, though, was literally, maybe humans bad?
Maybe humans what?
Bad?
Oh, okay. Maybe humans.
You can see why that's kind of scary to me. It's just an unsettling thought. It's like in the Matrix when Agent Smith in the Matrix 1 is like, humans are a virus, plague, and all that stuff. But
it kind of reminds me of
facts, though.
I mean, I would say yeah.
But it's like, oh no, but what is that? What do we do then? Do we just stop? Do we all just fucking self-explode?
The use of the word maybe almost softens it a little bit, rather than taking a more what's it called, a misanthropic stance.
Right, but maybe
you can't really blame an alien for feeling that way, though. I mean, I think about that a lot. We've spoken about that on my podcast, actually. But it almost sounds like a caveman speak kind of thing. Maybe humans bad.
It kind of does in a way, but not necessarily. Maybe an alien translation would be it might be that simple. It's like classic Chinese, for example, is not caveman speak necessarily, but there's a lot embedded in just a few characters, a whole.
Oh, right.
In modern Chinese, they have just a lot more characters and words to have conversations sound like this.
Interesting.
Instead of just 说几而上. And that's the end of my whole sentence.
Interesting. Like you said a lot there. There's a lot of content in that.
It's an idiom, and it's an idiom, and it's not like that. It's not like I know what it's like to live in the year 1200 or something, but it's it's the meaning there. I that one's from my short film too. But it's a Confucius line. It's it kind of means one climbs a mountain one level at a time, or one step at a time.
Okay.
So, yeah, all that is implied basically by those 4 syllables.
Damn.
Yeah, and that's
a lot of information.
Chinese, right? But it doesn't mean that they weren't spitting.
Right.
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 That's just how So,
Damn.
anyways, maybe humans bad. Yeah, it is. It is a little cavemanish, but it is a little soft.
I'm curious though, like what scares you about that? Does it feel like it's not like you said it's you and you're expressing yourself, but are you scared of like you know?
I'm scared of becoming an alien, like more than a human. I'm scared. I'm like scared of evolution, in a way, because
Weird.
I feel like we as a species have the ability now and the means more than ever in the history of known living things to choose how we want to evolve rather than it just happening.
Right.
Like it happened before out like it happens historically just out of like I don't know if it's consciously or subconsciously, but it's just to survive, like adaptations to survive,
Right.
keep up with what's going on, right? Survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
But now we want necessarily not the fittest to survive as well, for example. And and there's like I just feel like there's different there's different branches now. That's how I see it. There's different branches of evolution.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a feeling that we're not all gonna pick the same branch. Like some people are gonna go this way, some are gonna go this way, some go this way. And now the shape of like sentient beings, like there's different now factions, and some people are gonna like be permanently Amish, for example, or something like that.
Right.
Some people are gonna be like full on fucking cyborgs.
Right.
And then like what it means to even be an alien. I mean,
well, yeah, I mean those are big themes in Terra Incognita, and like as a sci-fi story, I've always wanted to incorporate like robots, aliens, humans, and for me, I'm fascinated by the idea of like post-humanism or transhumanism, which is like the idea of us evolving or integrating with technology to the point where we can't even identify as human anymore. And how will that affect the way we live and the way that we communicate and relate to one another in a society? I guess for the listeners, Terra Incognita takes place in a quote unquote smart city in the year 2033. It's an isolated civilization, 4 colossal gold walls, and a population of human beings, as well as cyborgs and bionic people. Bionic people is an umbrella term for quote unquote robots. And in this world, robots is actually the new R word. It's like a slur. It's dehumanizing to refer to quote unquote bionic people or techs as robots. But also there's an alien named Galatea Neptune, who happens to be centuries old and is also a siren who has a beautiful, mesmerizing, hypnotic voice, and has comes into the story almost reluctantly, because she's going to try to help humanity. However, her outlook on humanity is probably the same thing that you wrote down, is like maybe humans bad. But I think she'd actually feel more, not to spoil too much, but she'd feel more strongly about humans being bad, just from her own experiences, which you'll probably learn about if you read the story. But that's what the song "Letters to Galatea" refers to. That's who William Blue is addressing in that song, and almost like a cry for help, like, hey, we need help, like him calling to an alien. But also it's like, if you listen to the song, you'll also hear the fact that William just wants to run the fuck away, because he fucking hates it here. He hates it in the world on Earth. He feels trapped, and he just he himself has taken on this misanthropic feeling, and one of the lines in the chorus is I never really liked this planet anyhow, and also because he can remember his past lives and came to the conclusion that yeah, Earth isn't all that great. That's all I'll say for now.
Yeah, I didn't know he had past lives, so maybe I didn't get that far yet. But
Yeah. Also, just I love the idea of mundane sci-fi realism where like there's no overt like Terminator Judgment Day war happening. It's just
right,
it's robots or bionic people and humans. Some humans are like split into two camps. Like they're either cyborgs or they're pro technology, and then there are people who are like biological purists, quote unquote, and identify as pures in that we are not augmented in any way, and that's another faction of society as well. Like you said, people being Amish, right? It's almost like pushing back against this evolution into a more technological way of being. And as for me personally, I think there's an appeal to that too, and I love that. I love how complex and just the fact that I can overthink about like how nuanced this conversation can be, and how there probably will be splitting factions of humans wanting to go down different paths, and like we already live in a world where people have very different ideas of what the future should be and what the future should look like, and just the social political dynamics of that I feel are really cool to explore, and especially in a world with AI, right? Like it's already happening, and
I think it's cool to explore too. And I think a lot of caring people in this world tend to pose this idea of accepting different groups and different cultures and different ways of living, kind of as long as you're not hurting anybody else directly.
right.
Because some people could argue you can hurt people with ideas, which is okay, but it's like I think there's this general notion amongst a certain large group of progressive people that as long as you're not hurting anybody, let people do what they want with their lives. But it gets tricky because sometimes some things from one vision can impose on the other. Like if you're somebody that's really, really technology minded, and like kind of just like always a green light, never any yellow lights or red lights, like you're just full sending it into the future.
Right.
Which is
like
kind
speed
of,
running.
Yeah. Which is kind of a separate, actually. A quick tangent on that would be I don't think there always has to be a rush. I don't get why there's always such a rush. It's like, why don't we care more about testing things or thought experiments? Well, yeah.
Right?
So that's obviously a stupid ass answer. But it's dumb because it's like, what's the rush? Like, what's the rush into... That's really the question is, what's the rush?
I think about that a lot. I mean...
But the example I had in my head was Starlink, for example. So let's say there's Amish people or some indigenous tribe somewhere deep in Africa, and they're just untouched, and so to speak, right? But if there's just satellites floating everywhere, suddenly their lifestyle is now impacted, whether it's just light pollution or like their new gods in the sky. Maybe that's a little too, I don't know.
Right, yeah.
Like, so these people with a vision for a global network and a global internet connection, And so it's like at times like that, the same thing could be said with like people who want to build a pipeline and people who are like, no, this land is not for that, right?
Right.
It's like, it's just, and yeah, but why can't we seek solutions that appease both? Yeah, it usually comes down to money, because in that world, time is money. Not in my world. In my world, time is a completely separate resource from money. But so even though I can understand that they are both valuable, but nobody says gold is money. Nobody says chair is money. That chair is...
Right, yeah.
They all have value, but
right.
What people say.
Like value versus currency, essentially.
Yeah.
Right.
Like time, I get that it could maybe even be used as a currency or something like that. Like time is super valuable, but yeah, I just don't like to say time. I'm excited to show you my track Inner Child one day when it's done. I haven't thought about it.
Okay, right, yeah. You talk about it in that track.
Time segment, and I just say like, time is not money; it's more valuable than that. That's why money bails you out of jail and buys time back. Time is not money; it's a precious resource. Spend it with intention, and you never pay for it. Things like
right, that. Yeah. I think a lot of these AI companies are actually involved in like similar to the space race. From what I've read, from my understanding of it, it's like these companies are trying to build super intelligence first. Like they're trying to get there first before all the other companies do. Creates this pressure, this like competitive pressure, where they do not want to have restrictions or like legislation that might prevent them from getting there first. And it's just throwing caution to the wind, because for me as a lover of sci-fi, like countless stories warn us of the possible nightmare doomsday dystopian scenarios of where this technology can go. And maybe I've been too idealistic in the past, but I would have thought that a lot of these AI billionaire CEOs who have like, a lot of people think they're geniuses, right? I'm not gonna try to refute that, but I'm saying it's like, I thought that they'd be wiser and more cautious, practice more caution, knowing that like the worst case scenarios cannot be undone. Once we reach the point of no return, there's no going back from that. There's no amount of money that you can spend to fix the damage that could do. And like the worst case scenario would be human extinction or worse. Like there's plenty of stories. Philip K. Dick, Black Mirror, Harlan Ellison's I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream is to me like one of the worst scenarios that we could experience, where a technology, an AI being becomes so, to use the word misanthropic again, becomes so misanthropic that they literally want to create like a hell for the people, for humans that were responsible for its creation. And like obviously that's super outlandish, but it's still something we obviously want to avoid. Countless tales.
I think at least, right?
What was that?
I think we want to avoid it, right?
You think so?
You think so. But that's what happens when you act out of fear instead of out of love. And the fear that we're acting out of is either capital-based or like, it's the same thing as the race to get nukes, right? Like, they're trying to race to have this super intelligence, but then once one person does have the most, and the other ones are going to be like, oh, well, now we have to compete. And I mean, that's not this. It's similar to the nuke thing, right? But
it's like,
like that's all acting out of fear, not like love for our global community necessarily. Like there is love, I'm sure. People want to protect their people and things like that, but it's it's a fine line. I find sometimes knowing when you're acting out of fear versus out of love, because you can fear something for the people or things that you love, but
I think human folly, like it's something I think about a lot. Writing even my own sci-fi story, which I would consider a cautionary tale as well, and that's what I've loved sci-fi stories, like even the classics, 1984, Brave New World. Like these are all cautionary tales, futures we don't want to live out. Um, and I'd like to think that even the people who are driving this push of like, I'd like to think that they all have the same fears themselves, but maybe they're just their perception of the situation is biased, or they have tunnel vision, or their pride is maybe getting in the way, or again like that the idea that, like, you know, in a capitalist system money is a huge factor. That's what really like turns the gears of the machine. But I also like to think that everybody, all humans, we have like their universal things that we all can relate to. We all ideally would love to choose love over fear in any situation, but obviously we don't all live in the same reality, or don't understand reality in the same way. But I think listening, you know, empathy, hearing people out, and cooperation, these are very important things, rather than having a group of people making irreversible decisions on behalf of the rest of the world. Like, it shouldn't work that way. And we have a lot of people in society who are trying to push for, I mean, that kind of future. It's like the whole idea of like a group of elites making decisions on behalf of the rest of the world, and the rest of the world gets little or no say in that. Which, I mean, I've read tons of stories that that's what a lot of these billionaires want. And even the idea of freedom cities, like, I had a moment when I realized, wait, that's kind of what I'm writing about. Like, that's kind of what Oro City is. It's a smart city in California, and it's sort of like, I don't want to say that I predicted that, but I mean, I'm not gonna pop my shit like that. I think it's an interesting coincidence. Maybe call it synchronicity, but that also further motivated me to get this story out. As grandiose as that might sound, I think it's an important story that the world needs. And no way I was going to do traditional publishing, because it's just tough. It's tough to get a bestseller. It's tough to hit it out of the park. There's so many factors that have to come together, and man, I still have trouble getting engagement on social media. So like, there's no way I'm gonna sell a fucking book and get people to buy it, you know. But in this day and age, I think having it all accessible, as well as like sort of just like waterfall releasing it on my own timeline, I think it's suited for this day and age. I might be wrong, but I think it also,
your flow.
Absolutely.
That's what matters the most, is that you can do it in a flow that works for you, so the thing can get made. Because I'll say it does need to be made. It does need to be out there for everybody to read, even if they're not on it yet. You know, like sometimes things pop 5-10 years from the time that they're released. Sometimes things pop after somebody dies. Like, I've had thoughts like my stuff. Like, I have a line in one of my Gross Dirty Misfits songs, like, it might take my death for people to finally come study me. But it doesn't mean that I don't have a purpose and a mission to put stuff out to be studied. You know?
Yeah.
It's tough. But, you know, we do what we do.
Yeah.
We're soldiers of art, you know, in that way.
Yeah.
But, I gotta wrap up the episode now. if you, the viewer and the listener, think that this episode is wrapped up a little too soon, well, hit us up. Hit me up if you'd like to sponsor the podcast. If you know anybody who'd like to sponsor the podcast, so you can pay for this all to happen again, whether it's here or a different studio. This is us at Fava Studio right now, and it's been a lovely time. There's no echoes in here whatsoever. It's pretty.
Yeah, the walls are.
Yeah.
This is the Orange Hub.
Yeah, we're at the Orange Hub. Yeah.
I was just saying this Orange Hub place reminds me of like a liminal space, sort of like I don't want to say the back rooms because that sounds like an insult, but it's an interesting surreal vibe that I got from here.
Yeah.
It's almost like this place is displaced in time in the sense that it's 2026 outside, but it feels almost like a timeless. It feels like I don't know if it's. I don't want to say stuck in the past either because that sounds like an insult too, but I mean that in a good way. Well, it's like a dreamy, surreal vibe.
Is a exhibit of the past, like almost two different things, right? Like,
yeah,
it could be very well an intentional choice to be a time capsule of a place, which
yeah,
but.
What is this, a Persian rug here as well? Like, man, hardwood floors and outlets.
But, we're gonna have to call it at this time, but definitely check out Terra Incognita. It is cutting edge sci-fi. It is underground. It is. Don't sleep. The longer you sleep, the more rude the awakening will be. Real talk.
I mean, yeah. If you like Inception, like the lucid dreaming is a big aspect of the story, and just the exploration of consciousness, and yeah, like waking up in a world that's asleep, and yeah, I'd recommend it to people who like sci-fi, and
I totally recommend it. It's extremely novel experience going about it this way. On the page there's the William Blue song linked to the story that you're about to read, or linked to the lyrics that are there. It's really fascinating. You can check out our episodes on Overthinkers Anonymous. Really quick, can you just plug Channel Surf Cinema?
Oh yeah, Channel Surf Cinema, at Channel Surf Cinema is the name of my Instagram. I've been posting photos, videos for years, since maybe 2014. And that's sort of like the main hub that I use to share the stuff that I make nowadays. At William Blue Music is my music page on Instagram, for all of you who still use Instagram. But yeah, at Channel Surf Cinema, I named it after like the idea of a theater of the mind, I guess, which is actually more associated with broadcast radio. But also the fact that I have ADHD and I have multiple interests and passions that I don't like sticking to one niche or to one thing. So all of my photos on my feed are all visually distinct from each other. It's like channel surfing.
Yeah.
And
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many things that you and I could keep talking about. Like it's kind of limitless. So yeah, I'm not going to end every episode like this, but since this is the pilot, I'm ending this one like this. If you want to see more in general, / if you want to, we would just talk anyways, but if you want to see more E-Jazz and William Blue talking that future talk or whatever else, then just please show your support in some way and let people know what's up.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
Spent like 40 minutes getting this set up.
Thank you for inviting me on your pilot episode, your quote unquote test run episode. Yeah. And I think this went pretty well. And I look forward to future episodes. You can do a part 2 just to make up for the short time of this episode. But
yeah, for sure. It makes sense that the pilot will be this length, but who knows how long the future ones will be. But yeah,
you'll link everything in the description then, like
whenever this comes out. Absolutely.
Cool. Yeah, we got episodes on my podcast, you and I talking, so there's no shortage of that. Sure. Yeah.
Cool, man.
Awesome.
Thanks so much. It's been great.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't have a closer. That's the closure.
That's it. Yeah, it's all good.
Cool.
Cool.